afternoon, family and friends. Looks like my day got away from me. Um, Last week, I went through some of the things you should have in a kind of like a bug-in kit, a bag, bin, whatever. Um, Now, I showed in a bag, um, and some of the questions that people asked, other than my audio, what happened is when I grabbed my mic, my boom mic, I actually switched it from 0 dB to neg 10. So it basically, stepped down the audio from 10 dB. Um, so there, I didn't catch it, because there's a way I can do it in my software to make up for it, up to about 12 dB. Anyway, sorry about that, but I thank you guys for looking out for me and correcting, some of the mistakes that I make. I appreciate it. So anyway, um, I had what we call an A bag, a bag filled with a bunch of things, toilet paper. I have a list of them, but there's one thing I actually forgot, and one of the main things is flashlight. Um, Now, I have several different types, and I will explain those, but let me go through the list real quick. I keep everything on my phone, and uh, if we lose my phone, hey, I still have the stuff backed up on some hard drives, but so the things that I would include in my kit, it's up to you. Lighters, TP, wipes for, wet wipes to go to the bathroom with, zip ties, coffee tea, extra socks is a must, Band-Aids, bar soap, cordage. One guy said laces, but, cordage works for me. Bleach, and I showed you that. Batteries, hand sanitizer, toothbrush and toothpaste, duct tape, tissues, gallon Ziploc bags in case you need to purify water. And I'm going to go over that a little bit. Ionized salt to get iodine back in your system with the salt because you need that. Disinfecting wipes, drum liners, obviously for anything. Patching up windows for what I'm going to discuss today. Feminine pads, for your lady. Lip balm. That's two things for your lips and start a fire. Ibuprofen, Tylenol, Advil, any pain reliever that you need that's off the shelf. If the shift happens, you could also bargain with it, but most people won't part with that. Neosporin, iodine, iodine to purify water along with the bleach. So some other things you might want to keep: extra blankets, sleeping bags, a tent, gas, propane, kerosene, K1 kerosene, white stove gas, lantern, mantle, and weapons, of course. So those are some of the things that you would want to keep. A lot of the stuff that goes into that bin is all part of the 10 C's of survival that David Canterbury talks about in his self-reliance classes. So one of the things I didn't really mention was a first aid kit. So if you keep all these on every level, and let's just say you get stuck down in the basement and rubble's on your house, you're going to want to keep it first. You're not going to be able to run up to the bathroom and get your first aid kit. So you should always keep an ouch pouch, and that's the patches I have on there. It says ouch pouch. I have one on my hiking bag. It's red because I want it to be seen, and these little pouches that are on here are to protect me in case I have to give anybody CPR. It's got a little valve on it. I can put it over their mouth, and it gives me a separation between them and you. And if you've ever done CPR in somebody and they throw up in your mouth, that's disgusting. So anyway, so you're gonna want to have a first aid kit in there. The other thing is candles. Now I bought this Amazon. The only thing I don't like about LED is I'm pretty sure an EMP will take it out. So one side does different size, different brightnesses, and then I can put it on my car and pull people over. No, just kidding. And then the other side does kind of a strobe too. Now, one of the things that I look for in a flashlight, I just needed something big for outside, so all those bells and whistles that I didn't have, or I don't really need. Um, One of the things I look for a flashlight that works. Okay, this is a great flashlight for in here. I want it to work, and I turn it on, turn it off. Reason being is some of the what they call tactical flashlights that you buy. You turn it on. I don't want to put this into the camera. High beam, low beam, mid beam, and then you got strobe. Okay, do I have SOS? No, I don't. So these are the, 2 for $20 flashlights. Hey, does it work? Yeah, but I want something a little different for out in the field. I want high beam. I want low beam. I want SOS. Okay. This one right here is UV. So it's a good mode to have, but I have to make sure that, I get it to here until it's UV, so it won't be seen. I have one of these in my LB, and this is the one out of my pack. Now, the other thing is it's got a different light here, and it's a good red light here, and then it's got alternating. So if I need to signal somebody sees this and they're going to say, "What is that?" It does not only the red light, but it does a white light too. Okay, and then it's off. But if I want SOS, double click, and I got SOS. That's what I like about this light. And if I hold the button down, it turns it off. Now my very first one, so I redid my hiking pack over the winter. I consider it spring now since it was almost 70 degrees yesterday and it's 60 today. So anyway, this is the one I had in here. It's got a strobe. And I believe it has SOS. Yeah, strobe. There it is. So that's perfect for hiking. I want to be seen, But getting back to that, I mean, whatever flashlight you wanna have, great. This is, like I said, one of them I prefer. That's going in my day pack, my EDC, as you will. The other thing you might want to have is, the reason I brought this guy out is it had a baby. And so I'm really big into boot knives. And SOG had one of these boot knives. And I really enjoy how small it is. And then, of course, Kershaw had to visit me. Another boot knife. The reason I'm going over this stuff is you might want to have a little bit of security in there. Now, one of the things that I did not actually talk about, or I may have talked about an ammo can. So, this is another LED flashlight. It's extremely bright. So this is actually part of my security kit, along with these three. And this has a bright light, goes dim, strobe. Should be turning on the outside here. Oh, Oh yeah. Then we got the outside red, flashing red, and then off. Okay. So I'm pretty sure an EMP will take out LED flashlights. They're made out of electronics, and that's what electromagnetic pulses take out. So, I mean, there's a little circuit board in here, right behind this, to make the lights. So I'm pretty sure it is. So, other than ammo in my ammo can, I've got my batteries in there as well. You want to keep your ammo in your ammo can, obviously. This is a little radio, all-weather radio. It's solar powered, and you could use it as a power brick. It should be charged. Maybe it's not. A lot of good this is going to do me, not charged. So I'm going to want to sit that out and charge it. I had it sitting in the window. It should be charged. This is another thing. Is a scanner. Now, you know, if you're going to be with people, which I really suggest you are, I mean, I would get together with communities now so you can basically, and the socks are just a filler. I would get with communities now to get together and say, okay, not form militias or anything, but just to get together with, okay, this guy knows how to hunt, this guy knows how to fish, or girl. This girl, guy knows how to grow vegetables. You know, everybody should have a skill. You know, some of us know how to do it all, and that's a very fortunate person to have with you know, any type of group. So I would start getting your groups together. You know, I know a lot of people are going to come to me, and I don't have a problem with that. But come to me now instead of later, because you don't know where I'm going. You don't know what I have. You just don't know. You know, you don't know what I need. You know, with me. So obviously you guys have seen my gear, but the next subject is my opinion and my opinion only. So we had this balloon, a couple balloons, 5 balloons or 5 objects come across the U.S. We waited until China got surveillance on one of the balloons about surveillance of our nuclear areas. The problem is with that is originally they said, oh, we blocked all the communication. The government said they blocked all the communication. I used to be in communications, okay? So in the Air Force, no, that didn't happen. So the other lie is the the train that derailed over in eastern Ohio. Now I live in Maryland, and luckily none of that stuff affected us, but I don't know for sure. So if that any of that stuff happens, it's going to affect the water table. You mean, and the water you drink? It's going to affect the hunting, the fishing, the crops, everything, because that is in your atmosphere. Unless you're living in a bubble, it's going to affect everything, even the oxygen in the air, the amount of oxygen, and all the, not to mention all the bad chemicals that are in that. So found out that there's been more and more derailments. So my suggestion to you right now is take what I show you in the last couple of weeks and start stocking up on some things. Don't go hog wild, and you know, be inconspicuous about it. Like I may go to Walmart 3 or 4 times a week. Um, you know, if really they wanted to surveil me and they'll figure out what I'm doing. You know, I would not be surprised if I'm already watched by, certain 3-letter organizations. But I have been for a while. I've been on their list, the FBI's list, um, for a while, person of interest for whatever reason. I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't said I was going to do anything. But the mere fact that I know things is probably a problem for them. Um, anyway, uh, stock up, start storing some extra water. I drink a gallon of milk a week, and I take that gallon and wash it out, fill it up with water, throw it in my basement. I'd rather have bad, milky tasting water than contaminated water. Because tell you what, unless you like, I've been showing everything. I boil everything. I boil water. That ain't gonna cut it. That ain't gonna boil the chemicals out. So you're gonna have to have like water filters, water treatment. And um, you know, Walmart sells these. Everybody sells these containers that will has a filter in it. Maybe you want to get one of those. Um, Maybe you want to get the Sawyer water filter treatments. The ones that are for bushcrafting. I think I have one. It's probably in my other bag. Um, but all they are is a little filter you attach to a water bottle that you fill up. Filter that. Hopefully the chemicals will go away. I mean, I treat it with iodine, or bleach, because bleach kills a lot of things. Uh, and I've showed, the little tincture bottles that I have. Incidentally, I added one, vinegar, because I put a vinegar bottle in a couple of my kits where I do start fires and get burned all the time. And I tell you what, when I burn myself on my pot, I put that on there. I had a blister, but it didn't hurt. Anyway, I just want to warn you that things aren't getting better; they are getting worse. And us as Christians, we know what's going to happen, because we've read the end of the book. We know who wins, and we don't really worry about anything. Anyway, my point of this whole thing is to be skeptical. Don't believe everything that the news will tell you, because the news will tell you what tickles your ears, just like the devil will tell you what tickles your ears. Trust God. That's what I'm doing, but I'm still going to prepare, because it's not that I don't trust God. I still have to, do something. You want, here's an example. You ask God that you want a better job, right? Well, you actually, or a promotion. You actually have to work for that promotion. It's the same thing. God just doesn't give you things because you want them. You ask for them. It's the same thing. So, my point is to work at this, to prepare for this. At any time the power could go out. Are you ready for that? Anytime food shortages. I mean, remember the famine in with Joseph, when Joseph was in charge of the Pharaoh's food, and he fed his whole family. The famine could come. Okay, grain is a problem because we get 1/3 of our grain out of Ukraine. I'm not sure if that number's right, but it's pretty close. So all these wars and rumors of wars that are going on, not good. So prepare yourself. Have extra food. Have extra water. It's no different from a bushcrafter going out into the field. And putting up his shelter and having his cordage and cargo tape, cargo needles and candles and combustibles, starting a fire, making a shelter, getting water, getting food. It's no difference from that. We live in that, in society. So, you know, I watch bushcrafters because the stuff they do is pretty cool. It's not what my main focus is. My main focus is to look at videos and, you know, see how easy it is to do. But I just wanted to add this video tacked on to the one last week because my audio wasn't so good, and add a few other things to my bin. I do have a big plastic bin. It's just too heavy to move around. I did take this out of there. That's probably why this was dead, and it's good because I need to check this stuff every year, or every year, every month, every couple of weeks now, because you don't know what the government's lying to you about. The anything that happens on the United States soil right now, to me, is terrorism. So look out, protect yourself, protect your family, get your group of people that you're going to, you know, get together with when the shift happens, and you know, just keep training. That's all I can say. You know, keep stocking up on things. God bless you. You guys take care, and I'll catch you on the flip side.